Now, wouldn't it be nice if you had a spot in the client portal where while they're shopping for a home, they could adjust the property taxes and strata fees based on the exact home that they're potentially looking at? Well, that's exactly what the My Qualification tab in their client portal is for. Now, this tab has your controls, meaning you are setting their income, you're setting the heat, you're setting the stress tested rate, and so on, all on the back end, all their debts. And the client has the ability to control whatever that they actually have power over, which is strata fees, property tax, down payment, and purchase price. Now, full disclosure, you do not have to give this to every client. This tab won't even appear unless you add it on your side for them to see. So to give you an outline of how this works, you're going to input all the info, and I'll show you that in a second. You're going to input all the info that they shouldn't have control over on your side within their mortgage file. And then it gives them the ability to adjust these four things. And that will actually adjust the GDS and TDS up and down. So you can see the GDS is here, the TDS is here. Now, as soon as they start to increase this, you'll notice as soon as it goes over 39% GDS or 44% TDS, it says does not qualify. So this is restricting those insured borrowers from going out and looking at a place, and maybe they hike up the property taxes or the strata fees a little bit lower, and maybe they can make it work. It's stopping that back and forth between you and them, just checking a different property tax amount, a different strata fee amount. Now, what I do want to mention is, say you have more than 20% down. I'm just going to mess up these numbers a little bit here. So you have more than 20% down. You'll notice because it's conventional, instead of it saying do not qualify when it goes over 39.44, it's going to say check with your broker. And the reason why is we all know that there's exceptions that lenders can give above the ratios. So as soon as it's above 39.44, it says check with broker. And on the conventional side, once it gets to about 50%, then it's going to say do not qualify. And this is to just not be alarming to the client when you told them maybe one amount and then they use this and it goes over. But like I mentioned, you don't have to give them this power. Now, going over to our side where you configure this. So if you're in your pipeline and then you click on a mortgage file right here where it says Client Qualification in your navigation, this is the tab that you're going to configure. So the easiest way to add in these details is simply just grab whatever's in the TDS and GDS section of your Velocity or FINMO. So when you underwrite a file and you've already determined how much they can borrow, just click that little drop down in the TDS and it will say their total income amount. You'll include that. You'll look at their qualifying payment, include that. Check out the rate that you use for qualifying, give the approved rate, and then the amortization. Monthly liabilities will also be in that drop down. And then if they have any other properties, you can include them here. That way it's accounting for any offsets like rental offsets or add backs. But for most cases, you won't need to add that. And then subject property expenses such as heat, and then the base property tax amount that you did the assessment on, strata fee amount that you did the assessment on, down payment, purchase price. And what that's going to do is it's going to set those GDS and TDS ratios in line with your assessment, and then they can slightly adjust the property taxes or strata fees up or down from there. So it's a great way to give certain clients that power if they're the tech savvy people or very analytical people. Sometimes they really enjoy using this feature, and it eliminates that back and forth. So this is the client qualification feature. And what I do want to mention is if you want to update or notify them, you'll have to basically fill out this entire form. You'll click save or update if you already have saved it before. And then if you want to remove it from their portal after you've already let them have it for a while, but you eventually want to take it away, you can remove it there. But notifying them, click this notify button, it pulls your branding into here. You can add your own extra message down here in this message box. You can edit all the different message box, but these are the standard things that get sent out to the client with your logo and your email signature and then access to their portal. So very, very good tool to give some clients, but obviously pick and choose who you want to give it to. Now this import from assessments button, we do actually have our own Broki application that we're going to go over in another video. This is a great tool. However, we are currently working on a push to Velocity. So maybe by the time you see this video, maybe it's done. But we'll be able to push back in soon. So until then, might not make sense to use this application. But when we can push back in, you could literally do all your underwriting in this specific section. And then when you go to client qualification, this import button will just pull all those details over from that application. So very cool stuff. Let me know if you guys need anything, and hopefully this helps and clarifies a lot. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.